In the year 2036, Earth is under the control of an alien race known as the VUV. Their presence has led to many people losing their jobs and homes, while the aliens themselves live in fancy floating cities above the planet. The VUV claim they are here to help humanity progress, but things are tough for regular folks like Adam, an aspiring artist, and his family. Adam lives with his mom, Beth, who used to work as a lawyer, and his sister, Natalie. Their dad left them a while ago, but at least they have a house, which is a rare privilege in their area where most people are homeless. However, Beth is currently without a job, so times are challenging. Adam expresses his life's important moments through his paintings, while Natalie tries to grow real food in their garden because the aliens mostly provide artificial sustenance. One morning, an alien city appears over their house, which they find irritating, but it's become a normal part of their daily life. Later in school, Adam attends his final English literature class, where the aliens show a propaganda presentation using a mind-connecting device. The aliens use cute drawings to exaggerate how much they've supposedly helped Earth. Afterward, their teacher announces his forced retirement because the aliens want humans to learn VUV culture and history through these devices, eliminating the need for teachers to save money. In his art class, Adam meets a new student named Chloe, and they strike up a conversation. He begins to develop a crush on her and learns that her family doesn't have a home, which means they have to move constantly. After class, as they're leaving, they hear a gunshot. Their literature teacher has self-deleted. This shocking incident rattles Adam, making him realize the grim reality of the situation. In response to this tragedy, Adam invites Chloe and her family to stay at his house. Later, during dinner, there is a tense atmosphere. After dinner, Chloe's father, Mr. Marsh, expresses gratitude to Beth and promises to pay rent once he finds a job. However, Chloe's brother, Hunter, isn't as appreciative and complains about the lack of real food. Out of the blue, Adam suggests that Chloe's family can stay in their basement for as long as they need, without consulting Beth, who had initially thought it would only be a short stay. Beth takes Adam to the kitchen to scold him privately, but Adam persuades her that it's the right thing to do. Over the weekend, Chloe shows Adam how she usually goes drop hunting, which involves searching for items the aliens discard from their floating cities to sell. As they discuss the dire situation, Adam opens up about his father, who is a real estate developer. His father had been offered a project to build housing for the aliens but refused due to unfair terms. He left for California in hopes of making a decent living, but he hasn't contacted the family since. While they chat, Adam decides to draw Chloe's portrait, and afterward, they have some fun playing with the discarded items they've found during their drop. At home, Adam proudly presents the finished portrait to Chloe, and the two are on the verge of sharing a kiss when Mr. Marsh unexpectedly interrupts them. He makes sure to keep the curtains open, ensuring that the teenagers can't engage in any secret romantic activities. Back at school, Chloe attempts to sell some of the salvaged items to gather money for her family's rent payment to Beth. However, it turns out that nobody has extra money to spend on non-essential items. Adam is so fond of Chloe that he's willing to waive the rent, but Chloe comes up with an idea to earn some cash. Since the alien overlords view human romantic love as something peculiar due to their emotionless procreation methods, they are interested in observing it. Couples can use their head devices to broadcast their romantic lives to the aliens and get paid for it. Chloe suggests teaming up with Adam for this, but he initially dislikes the idea, finding it uncomfortable to have someone peek into their love life. However, Chloe convinces him by assuring that they can still behave naturally while doing it. From that point on, Adam and Chloe embark on the journey of developing their romantic relationship while broadcasting it to the aliens. The devices they wear record everything, including their vital signs, as the aliens are fascinated by how love affects physical responses like sweaty palms and racing hearts. Their first date goes smoothly, though Adam is a bit uneasy because Chloe keeps rearranging their surroundings to ensure no unhappy people appear in the background of their broadcasts. Despite the occasional awkwardness, they share many sweet moments, although it becomes a bit strange when the device constantly informs them of their viewership and earnings. Initially, they don't have many viewers, but as their relationship deepens, their audience grows. They start enjoying real food at the dinner table, and their parents are proud of their success. However, Hunter remains skeptical. Chloe attempts to initiate a conversation about love, family, and relationships, but Beth discourages her from bringing business to the dinner table. After dinner, Adam tries to have an intimate moment with Chloe without the devices, but she remains stubbornly attached to them. The following day, Mr. Marsh is at home trying to learn the alien language, which includes sounds that humans struggle to replicate. Hunter disapproves of this, feeling that his father is betraying their principles. Beth arrives at that moment and notices Hunter and Mr. Marsh using her computer without asking for permission. She scolds them, emphasizing the importance of respect and boundaries. Hunter storms away, and while Mr. Marsh acknowledges he should have asked for permission, he wishes Beth hadn't embarrassed him in front of his son. The situation escalates into a heated shouting match, with the teenagers getting involved when they return home. Suddenly, Beth reaches a breaking point and decides it's time to establish some house rules. Afterward, both families start having dinner separately. Hunter continues to complain, suggesting that Adam's family has more resources and should be more helpful. Chloe calls him out for not being more appreciative. As the days pass, Adam becomes increasingly uncomfortable because the voice in the device constantly interrupts their sweet moments by sharing their statistics. During a school party, Chloe loses her temper when another reality couple inadvertently appears on their camera. She refuses to discuss what's happening at home because it's too sad for the broadcast, and their interactions no longer feel natural as she had promised. Adam reaches a breaking point and removes the device during a dance. Chloe points out that it's not the right time to address this issue, so they continue dancing. The following day at school, Chloe and Adam receive a letter from the aliens. They ask a classmate to translate it and are shocked to discover that they're being sued by the broadcasting company. To discuss the matter, they are granted a visit to one of the floating cities via a skybus. They find a golf cart waiting for them, and to their surprise, it's driven by a human. This driver was once a successful professional, similar to Adam's dad, who was chosen to work for the aliens in this capacity. Now, he's no longer a doctor but a driver. It turns out that the aliens like having educated humans serve them, treating them as curiosities. Adam finds this situation rather sad, but the driver points out that he's earning significantly more money in this role than he did as a doctor, and he has a family to support. Eventually, Chloe and Adam arrive at the alien office through a hole in the ground. The alien creature communicates by rubbing its tentacles, and a computer translates its words. The alien accuses the teens of deceiving their viewers, citing studies that suggest they aren't in love anymore. Despite their protests, the alien doesn't believe them. The broadcasting company threatens to sue them for an exorbitant amount that would take 6 generations to repay. Desperate to avoid homelessness, Chloe suggests an alternative solution. They can start broadcasting with other partners. This proposition shatters Adam's heart, but the alien quickly accepts it. On their way back, Adam demands an explanation from Chloe. She emphasizes that having a place to live is more crucial than their romantic relationship and suggests that they should keep their friendship separate from their business dealings. Later at home, Beth reviews the contract and admits that there's little they can do because the rules are clear, and the alien lawyers are too powerful to challenge in court. During dinner, Natalie becomes increasingly pessimistic about their future, causing Beth to worry. As a result, Beth decides to pay a visit to the alien office herself. While waiting, she encounters the boss's offspring, which surprisingly accepts to shake her hand with its tentacle. During the meeting, Beth explains the various forms of love, emphasizing the powerful bond between a mother and her child. She points out that the alien boss also has a child, so it should have some understanding of that feeling. Beth then makes a new proposal. When Beth returns home, both Natalie and Adam are shocked to discover that their mother has returned with the alien boss's offspring, and they will be paid for acting as its family. Beth and the alien boss's offspring have a peaceful wedding ceremony, though Adam is worried about his mother, and he's annoyed by the fact that Chloe is with another guy and still broadcasting. During a subsequent dinner, Beth has to cut the food for her alien husband, and the family ponders what to call it. Since these aliens don't have the concept of names, the alien boss's offspring suggests being called father, a suggestion the teenagers don't particularly like. Since their breakup, Adam has been avoiding Chloe, refusing to listen to her when she attempts to talk to him at school. When he returns home, the alien refers to him as son and asks for a hug, but Adam is rude and rejects the request. This leads to an argument with Beth, and in frustration, Adam decides to head to the basement to watch TV with Marsh and Hunter. While watching the news, they witness 2 people debating the impact of the VUV on the economy. One of the hosts seems to be biased and is clearly promoting the VUV in a more positive light than it deserves. Hunter expresses his discontent with the situation, but Marsh praises the competitive nature of the economy. Adam counters by pointing out how extreme competition can lead to domination. Hunter laughs at this and makes some prejudiced comments about Adam, viewing him as privileged due to his family's relative success. This sparks yet another argument, and Hunter leaves the room in anger. Later, in the middle of the night, Adam hears some strange noises and decides to investigate. He goes downstairs and is shocked to discover that his father, Mr. Campbell, has secretly entered the house. The reunion between Adam and his father, Mr. Campbell, starts off a bit awkward, but soon Adam becomes happy to see his dad again and asks what happened. Campbell explains that he's been waiting to have something substantial to show his family, which is why he hasn't called. He also inquires if Beth has moved on, but the thought of having to explain their complicated situation makes Adam too anxious, causing him to run and hide in the bathroom. During Adam's absence, Campbell goes to check on Beth and is taken aback to find the alien sleeping on top of her. Unable to cope with this sight, he leaves the house, and by the time Adam emerges from the bathroom, his father has disappeared once more. Sometime later, the teenagers go to school only to discover that it's been closed because the aliens have decided to provide education directly through the devices while students stay at home. However, Adam lingers a bit longer, gazing at a building that symbolizes yet another loss for society. When he notices that all the windows and doors have been covered, he decides to use this extensive wall area as a giant canvas. Meanwhile, Beth spends most of her time watching TV with the alien, who has a penchant for old shows and movies. It refuses to let Beth change the channel or leave its side. Suddenly, the mail arrives, and Beth discovers that the alien has ordered an apron and a blonde wig for her. Just then, she receives a call from a workplace where she had submitted her resume before the current situation began. She's thrilled to learn that she has an interview right away. When she announces her departure for the interview, the alien tries to make her stay, expressing its desire for her to become a traditional housewife while the husband provides. Beth finally reaches her breaking point and, after a heated argument, turns off the TV and leaves for her interview. All of this is overheard by Marsh, who witnesses the alien's struggle to use the remote control. Marsh steps in and offers his assistance. In the evening, Beth and her children return home, excited to celebrate because Beth has gotten the job. However, they are stunned to discover that Marsh has donned the wig and the apron. He explains that he has made a deal with the alien and now his family is playing out this unconventional role. Over the next few days, Adam continues to work on his mural, ignoring the weather, and occasionally receiving assistance from Natalie. Chloe occasionally watches Adam from a distance without revealing her presence, but she's also frustrated about the alien situation with her dad. When Adam finally finishes the mural, it depicts the harsh reality of life under the alien overlords, highlighting the difficulties people are facing. Suddenly, Adam stumbles and discovers that the alien is there, having ventured out to explore the world and realizing that it's nothing like what's portrayed on TV. The alien notices the mural and asks about its purpose, but Adam struggles to find the right words to explain. The following day, Adam is called to the school, where a crowd has gathered. It turns out the alien has brought its dad and a human art expert to examine the mural. Adam finally manages to articulate his thoughts, explaining that he painted it to reflect the state of the world and dedicates it to the spirit of human resilience. The aliens are impressed and offer him a tremendous opportunity to become an artist in one of the floating cities, with a substantial salary that leaves Adam speechless. Everyone applauds in celebration of his achievement. After Beth reviews the new contract, Adam decides to accept the deal offered by the aliens. Natalie isn't happy to see him go, and when Adam explains that it's only for a few months, Natalie points out that's what their father said before he left. As the time comes for Adam to leave, he says goodbye to his family. However, just before he can say goodbye to Chloe, a small spaceship lands in front of their house to transport Adam to a massive spacecraft in outer space. Moments later, Adam finds himself traversing a dark tunnel and emerges in a large auditorium filled with aliens. To his dismay, he discovers that the mural from the school has been taken and modified to portray humans as content with the presence of the aliens. He is then asked to come to the stage, but they only want him to spread propaganda about the benevolence of the alien overlords. Finally understanding his father's earlier decisions and refusing to compromise his morals, Adam cancels the contract and returns to Earth. His family doesn't blame him for quitting, but Adam still struggles to sleep. He decides to visit the school and, upon seeing the damage caused by the aliens, starts working on a new mural that reflects his beliefs. Chloe finds him, and after both of them apologize, Adam invites her to join him in painting, a sign that they can slowly work on rebuilding their relationship. The painting they create is titled Landscape with Invisible Hand, signifying their journey and the changes they've experienced. Thank you for watching our recap. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and feel free to explore our other recaps.